This is Jim Mustick at Iona College. I'm speaking with Dr. Nadine Barnett Cosby, Assistant Professor in our Media and Strategic Communication Department. Dr. Barnett Cosby, tell our prospective students something about media and strategic communications at Iona, what it encompasses, what kind of students it attracts.
So what makes the Department of Media and Strategic Communication at Iona very interesting is that students who choose that major can choose one of four concentrations to focus on. The four concentrations that we have are advertising, public relations, journalism, and digital media and production. So with those four different areas, students can kind of get a well-rounded background and education in media and strategic communication, but they can also choose to focus on their area of interest.
I know that before you came to Iona, you had a rich career in media at major media outlets and properties. And it's my sense that that kind of hands-on experience is shared with many of your colleagues in the department. Could you talk a little bit about how that informs your work with students?
The fact that we have a lot of faculty in our department that don't only focus on kind of the theoretical foundations of media and communication, but that we have professional backgrounds in working in media and communication just enriches our department that much more. Our students benefit from the wealth of knowledge and experiences that we all have. And in addition to that, they also benefit from the contacts that many of us still have in the industry, which comes in very useful when it comes to looking at internships or even employment after graduation.
And could you talk a little bit about what the quality of life, if you were, at Iona is within the department, or broadly speaking? What gets you excited about coming to work every day?
One thing that's a lot of fun for me and that's really great about going into work every day is just the fact that I'm in a creative field. I get to see that moment of realization when the light bulb turns on for some students and when they really become excited about an idea. And one thing that I personally love is to help bring that idea to fruition. So that the students can really see the manifestation of their ideas and their goals.
Can you tell us a little bit about, I know there's one course of yours that we've spoken about before called the Producer's Craft, which is very interesting in concept and its material. Could you tell our prospective students a little bit about that?
Sure. The Producer's Craft is also one of my favorite courses to teach. And it's because we try to make the experience of being in that class as close to being a real world producer as possible. So students work on projects and they take projects in every phase from conception all the way through to completion. In some cases, a student will pitch an idea during the first couple of weeks of the semester, and at the end of the semester, we are actually screening a short film or video or some other project that that student proposed. And the student would have gone through every aspect, including budgeting. So we work on finance, we work on scheduling, putting a crew together, location scouting. We really approach the project as if it's a real project that's been proposed by the student. Another aspect of that course that is very fun to work with for students and myself is that it's a service learning course, which means we take on an outside community partner. Usually we work with a not-for-profit organization, and we do an assessment of their media and communication needs. And then from that assessment, the students in the class will propose various project ideas that they have for the organization. And as groups, they'll work on completing those projects by the end of the semester.
What advice would you give to a student who is interested in media and strategic communication and maybe coming to campus for the first time and trying to decide which of the four areas of concentration to look at? Do you have any tips to help guide them?
Yeah, our department is unique in that it has the four concentrations, which at times can also just kind of confuse students if they're not quite sure, or if they feel they like something from every concentration. What I would suggest, and what most students do, is first and foremost, they take the intro course in our program. In taking that MSc 200 course, it actually spends some time on each of the 4 concentration areas throughout the semester. In addition to that, one thing that I highly recommend is that students who maybe have an interest, but they're not quite sure what area in particular they want to major in, is to get involved in our student clubs. So in our department, we have a radio station and a radio club that is open to all students, and they can actually work on producing their own radio shows through WICR. We also have ICTV, which is our Iona College Television Club. I'm the faculty advisor for that club. And we have within that club a bi-monthly news program called Inside Iona, but we also have independent programs that are produced by the students. So any student that has an idea for a television show can come on to the club and join, and we help collectively as a club students to produce those show ideas. We also have advertising and PR clubs that students can get involved in, which again gives more information, more access to the professional fields, as well as it provides a space for students that have a common interest to come together and work together. So we have these little communities within our department based on the areas of interest, and there are no limits. So there are many students who are members of multiple clubs within the department.
Dr. Barnett Cosby, thank you very much. I'm sure that was very informative for our prospective students. Thank you.
Thank you, my pleasure.